What if the most powerful brain repair tool isn't a pill, but something sitting in your kitchen right now? Tonight, while you sleep, your brain will enter one of the most important biological processes of your entire life. Cells will clean themselves, damaged proteins will be cleared, memory circuits will reorganize, and if you choose the right food before bed, you can actually support this natural repair system. What if the simple walnut, shaped almost exactly like the human brain, carries within it the raw materials your neurons are desperately craving every single night? Inside that wrinkled shell lies alpha-linolenic acid, a plant-based omega-3 fatty acid that science shows becomes part of the very membrane surrounding your brain cells. Your brain is nearly 60% fat, and the quality of that fat determines how well your neurons communicate, repair, and survive. Research published in leading neurology journals has linked higher omega-3 intake with improved synaptic plasticity, the biological foundation of memory, learning, and long-term cognitive resilience. When you sleep, your brain does not shut down. It rebuilds. Damaged proteins are broken apart, weakened connections are strengthened, and fragile cell membranes are restored. But here's the shock. Studies show that modern diets are severely deficient in omega-3 fatty acids, tipping the brain toward inflammation instead of repair. Chronic neuroinflammation has been associated with accelerated cognitive decline and increased risk of neurodegenerative disease. Walnuts provide not only omega-3s, but also polyphenols and vitamin E, powerful antioxidants shown to reduce oxidative stress inside delicate neural tissue. Oxidative stress is like rust forming on your brain cells, silently eroding their efficiency over time. Animal studies have demonstrated that walnut-rich diets improve memory performance and motor coordination. Human observational research has associated regular walnut consumption with better cognitive scores in aging populations. This is not magic. This is molecular nutrition. A small handful, about 7 walnuts, 60 to 90 minutes before bed supplies healthy fats that integrate into neuronal membranes while you rest. As blood flow slows and deep sleep begins, your brain uses what you fed it. Tonight, you can either starve your neurons of the fats they need, or you can give your brain the building blocks to rebuild itself while you dream. What if the key to cleaning your brain tonight is not a drug, but a small, deep red fruit? Tart cherries contain one of the rare natural sources of melatonin, the very hormone that tells your brain it is time to enter repair mode. Melatonin is not just a sleep signal. It is a biological switch that controls when your brain begins its most powerful restoration cycle. During deep sleep, a remarkable system activates inside your head, the glymphatic system, a microscopic cleansing network that flushes out toxic waste accumulated during the day. Researchers have shown that this nighttime clearance system removes beta amyloid proteins, the same sticky plaques associated with Alzheimer's disease. When sleep is short or fragmented, this waste removal process becomes inefficient, allowing harmful proteins to accumulate over time. Clinical studies have found that consuming tart cherry juice can significantly increase total sleep time and improve sleep efficiency, particularly in adults struggling with insomnia. More deep sleep means more time for your brain to detoxify itself. But the power of tart cherries goes beyond melatonin. They are rich in anthocyanins, potent antioxidants that reduce neuroinflammation and oxidative stress, two silent drivers of cognitive decline. Inflammation in the brain has been linked to mood disorders, memory problems, and accelerated aging of neural tissue. By lowering inflammatory markers and supporting healthier sleep cycles, tart cherries create the biological conditions your brain needs to repair. Imagine this. While you lie still in darkness, microscopic channels expand, cerebrospinal fluid washes through your brain tissue, and cellular debris is carried away. All of it guided by the rhythm of melatonin. A small glass of unsweetened tart cherry juice or a handful of dried tart cherries 60 to 90 minutes before bed may gently enhance that rhythm. Tonight, your brain will attempt to clean itself. The question is, will you help it switch on the system designed to protect your memories? What if the reason your brain can't fully relax at night is a silent mineral deficiency hiding in plain sight? Magnesium is one of the most critical elements for human survival, yet studies estimate that a large percentage of adults fail to meet their daily requirement. Inside your brain, magnesium acts like a gatekeeper. It regulates NMDA receptors, microscopic channels that control how neurons fire, learn, and adapt. Without enough magnesium, these receptors become overactive, triggering excessive neural stimulation. That overstimulation has been linked to anxiety, fragmented sleep, and increased stress hormone release. And when stress hormones like cortisol remain elevated at night, your brain struggles to enter the deep restorative stages of sleep. Research published in sleep medicine journals shows that magnesium supplementation can improve sleep quality, increase slow wave sleep, and reduce nighttime awakenings. Slow wave sleep is not optional. It is the stage when growth hormone peaks, when synapses recalibrate, and when memory consolidation strengthens neural circuits. Pumpkin seeds are one of the most concentrated natural food sources of magnesium. Just a small handful can provide a meaningful portion of your daily requirement. But magnesium does more than calm the mind. It also helps regulate GABA, the primary inhibitory neurotransmitter that signals your brain to slow down. Low GABA activity has been associated with insomnia and chronic stress disorders. Magnesium supports this calming pathway, creating the biological conditions for true neurological recovery. Chronic magnesium deficiency has also been linked to increased systemic inflammation, a known contributor to cognitive decline over time. When inflammation rises, neurons become more vulnerable to damage. Imagine this. As darkness falls, instead of your brain racing with restless signals, magnesium helps quiet the electrical storm. Neural circuits soften, breathing deepens, repair begins. A handful of pumpkin seeds 60 to 90 minutes before bed is not just a snack. It is molecular support for the chemistry of calm. Tonight, your brain will attempt to reset itself. Magnesium may determine whether it succeeds. What if one small green fruit could quietly reprogram the chemistry of your brain while you sleep? Kiwi may look simple on the outside, but inside it carries compounds that directly influence neurotransmitters, oxidative stress, and the architecture of deep sleep. Clinical research has shown that adults who consumed kiwi before bed fell asleep faster, slept longer, and experienced improved sleep efficiency within just weeks. That is not folklore. That is measured change in sleep, onset latency, and total sleep time. Kiwi contains natural serotonin, a neurotransmitter that helps regulate mood and acts as a precursor to melatonin, the hormone that governs your circadian rhythm. When serotonin levels are balanced, the brain transitions more smoothly into restorative sleep cycles. But the story goes deeper. Kiwi is extraordinarily rich in vitamin C and other antioxidants that combat oxidative stress inside neural tissue. Oxidative stress is not just fatigue, it is cellular damage. It is the gradual erosion of membranes, proteins, and DNA within brain cells. Studies have linked high oxidative stress to impaired memory formation and accelerated cognitive aging. During sleep, your brain attempts to repair this damage. Antioxidants provide the biochemical tools needed for that repair. Inflammation is another silent threat to cognitive resilience, and kiwi's polyphenols have demonstrated anti-inflammatory effects in scientific investigations. Lower inflammation supports healthier synaptic communication and protects vulnerable neural pathways. Imagine this process unfolding as you rest. Serotonin stabilizes your mood circuits, melatonin synchronizes your biological clock, antioxidants patrol and neutralize free radicals, and inflammation begins to quiet. 2 kiwis about an hour before bed may be enough to support this cascade. This is not about chasing trends. It is about feeding the biological systems designed to protect your brain. Tonight, while your body lies still, kiwi may help your neurons rebuild, reconnect, and restore the networks that shape who you are. What if the health of your brain tonight depends on the invisible bacteria living in your gut? Inside your digestive system lives a vast microbial ecosystem, trillions of organisms forming what scientists call the gut microbiome. This is not just about digestion. This is a communication network directly connected to your brain through the gut-brain axis. Emerging research has shown that gut bacteria produce neurotransmitters, regulate inflammation, and influence the integrity of the blood-brain barrier. When the microbiome is imbalanced, inflammatory molecules can rise in the bloodstream and reach the brain. Chronic neuroinflammation has been associated with depression, anxiety, cognitive decline, and even neurodegenerative disorders. Fermented foods like yogurt and kefir contain live probiotics, beneficial bacteria that help restore microbial balance. Clinical studies have demonstrated that certain probiotic strains can reduce inflammatory markers and improve mood scores in adults. Some research has even observed measurable changes in brain activity patterns after probiotic consumption. This is biology in action. During sleep, your brain attempts to recalibrate immune signals and repair neural pathways. If systemic inflammation is high, that repair process becomes less efficient. A healthier gut environment may lower inflammatory stress, allowing your brain to focus on restoration rather than defense. Kefir and yogurt also provide protein, calcium, and bioactive peptides that support metabolic stability overnight. Stable blood sugar is critical. Blood sugar spikes and crashes during the night can trigger stress hormones that fragment deep sleep. And without deep sleep, the glymphatic cleansing system cannot function at full capacity. Imagine billions of beneficial microbes working quietly as you rest, producing compounds that calm immune responses and support neurotransmitter balance. A small serving of plain yogurt or kefir an hour before bed is not just nourishment. It is support for a biological partnership between gut and brain that shapes memory, mood, and long-term resilience. Tonight, while you sleep, your microbiome will speak to your brain. The question is, will it send signals of inflammation or healing? What if a small square of dark chocolate could influence how well your brain repairs itself tonight? Not candy, not sugar-laden dessert, but true dark chocolate, at least 70% cocoa, rich in natural compounds called flavonols. Flavonols are powerful plant chemicals that have been shown in clinical research to improve endothelial function, the health of the inner lining of your blood vessels. Why does that matter? Because your brain depends on an intricate network of microscopic blood vessels delivering oxygen and nutrients every second. Reduced cerebral blood flow has been linked to cognitive decline, slower processing speed, and increased risk of vascular dementia. Studies using brain imaging have demonstrated that cocoa flavonols can increase blood flow to key brain regions involved in memory and attention. More circulation means more oxygen. More oxygen means more energy for neurons to repair damaged components while you sleep. But the science goes deeper. Flavonols also stimulate nitric oxide production, helping blood vessels relax and expand. This improves nutrient delivery during the very hours when your brain is consolidating memories and restoring synaptic connections. Oxidative stress is another silent threat to neural health. Dark chocolate contains antioxidants that help neutralize free radicals, unstable molecules that damage brain cells over time. Chronic oxidative damage has been associated with neurodegenerative conditions, including Alzheimer's disease. In controlled studies, moderate cocoa intake has been linked to improvements in working memory and cognitive performance. But moderation is critical. Excess sugar before bed can spike insulin and disrupt deep sleep, canceling the benefits. A small piece, about 1 ounce, 60 to 90 minutes before bed, is enough. Imagine this. As night falls, blood vessels gently widen, circulation improves, antioxidants patrol your neural tissue, and energy flows where repair is needed most. This is not indulgence. It is targeted nourishment. Tonight, your brain will work in silence. Dark chocolate may help power the repair you never see, but will feel tomorrow.